But our team coverage begins tonight with WCCO's Jennifer Mayerle, who's been following tonight's protest in Minneapolis. Jen?
Hi, we are live on Interstate 94, where we have been for the last few hours. We were with protesters as they marched here onto the interstate, and a couple hours ago, police surrounded everyone. We have been surrounded by police for the last few hours, and things really changed in the last 10 minutes. You can see these officers right here. Just in the last 10 minutes, they moved over the barrier and to our side of the interstate, and we feel like things are closing in a little bit more. Also, I want to show you this line of police over here. This is the line of police, State Patrol officers that have been holding this line for the last few hours, making sure that nobody goes out. Just in the last couple minutes, they have started grabbing more people who are sitting on the ground, coming to arrest them. We are told everyone here tonight will be arrested, and the folks that have been sitting down here on the ground know that they're saying, hey, I'm ready. So that is what is happening right now. We fully expect that everyone here will be arrested and cited. Now let's talk about what got us to this point. We began this afternoon at a protest and rally at the Hennepin County Government Center. That is where a group met and had planned to meet even before the election to talk about having democracy. Today they told me they wanted a fair election. Those are some of the issues they were talking about, as well as some social justice issues. That group marched from the Hennepin County Government Center to the Cedar Riverside neighborhood to link up with another group that was having a rally at 6 o'clock. Now those two groups then started marching. They marched down Cedar and they continued on to when we got to I-94. So take a look at the video of protesters marching on I-94. This is something that we have seen before when people want to make sure that they have their voices heard. People were marching, protesting, chanting on I-94 when all of a sudden everything stopped, things were halted, and we were surrounded by police, being told to disperse, and then soon after being told that arrests would be made. We talked with one of the organizers about why they wanted to be out here tonight.
The original march was set up for was just for whoever would win the race, really. But to say that we still need change, that people are still suffering. We need to undo what the Trump administration has done in terms of damaging and causing harm to so many people. But we also know that the Democrats have not been doing their part as well.
All right, so that is one of the organizers, and they said they just wanted their voices heard. They wanted their message out there. Now you can see this whole group of people here behind me. They are part of that group that was at the rally that ended up marching here onto I-94. Still here tonight, waiting to see how the rest of this night will unfold. But I can show you this line of officers has been here throughout the last few hours. They've been holding this line, and now the sideline is kind of moving in on us. We are told that everyone here will be arrested and cited. Again, we fully expect that to happen. Some of that is happening now just beyond us. Unclear at this hour if people will be transported to jail or arrested here and then released. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Jennifer.